Hello, today we will be going over how to create your own website using Wix. We have been making these videos every 2 years, and they were well received, so we decided to make another one to keep up with the new features that Wix has been adding over the years. Wix is a market-leading website hosting service and website builder packaged into one. You can try Wix for free and keep using it for free if you so choose. We will be building this website you see from start to finish. You'll see how to choose a template, change images, edit your text, add media, adding pop-ups, and using some of the more advanced features of Wix, such as a blog and bookings manager in this tutorial. We will cover how to add and edit content, as well as changing and editing the design of your website. Then we will go over navigation and your Wix backend and what additional services Wix offers you. Finally, we will be going over the steps to upgrade to the paid version and using some of the paid features as well. You can get started trying out Wix for free by clicking the link in the description box below. By using the link in the description box, you can support us, because then Wix will know that you came from us, and if you ever choose to upgrade to the paid version, we will get a commission from Wix. The price won't change at all for you, but you can show your support that way, and it helps us keep making these videos for free. If you want to rewatch some parts, we have timestamps in the description box to make it easy for you to find the correct information. That's it from us, so let's get started. This is the page that you'll see when you click on the link in the description box. You click on Start My Website, click on Sign Up, and enter your email address and choose a password for it. You can alternatively use Google or Facebook. So let me do this real quick. For those of you who plan on trying out the free version first, it's important to note that your domain name, that's the URL that's going to be your web address, is going to be your email address .wixsite.com. So in some cases, it might make sense for you to create a new email account. You can use a link in the description which leads you to this Google sign up page where you can fill out this information quickly and use this email to sign up to Wix. So we click on sign up and continue. Now Wix will basically give you 3 options how you go on from here. You can use Wix templates, you can use the ADI feature, which is a virtual assistant, or you can start on a blank page and build it from scratch. In each option, you will have final control over how your website will look in the end. It's just a matter of how you want to start. Let's take a quick peek into the template browser to see what kind of designs Wix offers from the get-go. We click on a category our website belongs to, and we choose to browse the templates. Wix has hundreds of free templates sorted into categories. Alternatively, you can use the search bar above to type in keywords to filter the results. When you see a template you want to inspect further, hover over it and click the View button. It will open up a new tab where you can see the templates just as if it were a real website. You can click on the pages, scroll up and down, and check out the animations and colors on the page. When you found one that you like, you click on Edit this page and it will take you to the editor screen. If you want to start from a blank template, click the blank option on the left and choose the Start from Scratch option. If you want to try out different templates, you can go to the editor, go on My Account, and create a different site using a new template like this. This is really useful if you want to have multiple versions of a site to compare them to each other, or if you want to A/B test some sites. For the sake of completeness, we will use the ADI to start so you can see the process. We will then customize the site created by the assistant later in the editor, just as you would if you started out using a template. Finally, we will add a blank page to show how you would build a site from scratch. You can skip ahead to the section that's relevant to you by using the timestamps in the description box below. We cleaned up the tabs and we're ready to get started using the ADI. Click on Start Now, and the first thing the assistant will ask is what kind of website we want to create. Be aware that some keywords will show you this screen that will tell you that the Wix Editor is the best option for you. You can still use the ADI by using a different keyword that might be unrelated to the field, but the core functionality of the ADI will be the same. In our case, we're using social media consulting as an example, and it will show us related results too. The next thing Wix will ask is if we need some of the optional features. In our case, we won't need to sell online, but we'll take the booking feature, subscribers feature, and blog feature for demonstration purposes. We'll type in the name of our business or website here, and then type in the address. We'll just use the example address here. In the next step, the ADI will browse the internet for publicly available information about your business. In our case, it couldn't find any information, which is no surprise because the business doesn't exist. If we edit the address
Then in Berlin, it found 4 businesses that might be related to us. If one of them would be our business, we click on That's Me, and it will fill out the information in the next section automatically. On the next page, we will review and edit our information. All the things we add here will be reflected on the created website, so let's fill this out. We can add a logo by browsing our computer for the image, and it will upload it. We will add example phone and fax numbers and use our YouTube channel link that we have copied for the social media to see how it will reflect on our website later. And now we just click on the Start button. First, we choose a style we prefer. We can edit this later, so for now, let's go with this one. The ADI will ask if we want to create a color palette from the logo we uploaded, so the colors on the website match our logos. Let's do this to see how well it works. After we click Create My Website, the ADI will start the process. In our case, it's adding all the features we requested, and here it is, the first version of our ADI created website. Let's see how we can start from here to edit the design and add our own content. Let me switch to live commentary so you can see the step-by-step what I'm going to do to edit this site. So the first thing we can do is click on this play button, and there is a step-by-step guide by Wix where you can just click each one and Wix will give you an in-depth tutorial on how to do it. So if you click preview your site, for example, it will highlight certain sections of the page, how you can do that. So we could use that. Let's just quickly preview it. So those are the colors of our color palette. It added a contact form with our email, has the YouTube link, has the blog, and has our information down here. We quickly go over this. And we can check how it would look on mobile by clicking on this icon here, and it will switch over to mobile view. As you can see, in the mobile view, all the elements are arranged a bit differently, so it fits the mobile better. Let's just exit the preview and see how we can change the overall themes and the site design. One feature is, as I said, Wix gives you a really easy to follow step-by-step guide. So if I click on change theme, Wix will tell us, it can either show me how to do it or do it for me. If I click do it for me, I'm not moving my mouse right now, but the ADI will automatically choose a different theme in the back end and show me how it will look. And I could keep trying another or just click on keep it to keep it. And that feature is for all these colors and fonts. You can always tell Wix to do it for me. In our case, we'll start by doing it ourselves. So as an overview, you can change the site designs, the whole page, by going on site designs and choosing themes, for example. To change the overall theme, you can click one and it will implement it automatically on this side. So you can see how it rearranges all the elements here, changes colors. So you can quickly browse through the many themes that are labeled with keywords here to change the design of your website. You can also click on Customize Design to start editing the design yourself. Overall design, you can change the colors by clicking on Colors. Choose a main color for your site, or choose recommended color palettes too. If we click here, you always have the option of choosing it like this, or you can click on plus. And if you have your own hex value of your company, you could add this here to get the exact color. We can change the color palette by clicking here, as with everything. Let's go in advanced editing, and we can also type in all the hex values for the main, secondary, and dark colors here. Wix will automatically save our site when we are on the site for a set amount of time. So we got it. Thank you. And you see a theme. If you want to change the fonts on the whole site, you go on site design, on font, choose a font, and it will implement it over the whole page. Animations are how each of the elements and the text in the elements will show up when you go on the site. So none, it would just show up like this. And if you hover over it, on this side of the screen, you can see how it would look if we chose an animation like this. you can play around here with different effects and also change your page transitions if you have multiple pages on your website. So a general gist, if you want to change the whole site design, you go on site design and change this. But sometimes we want to edit individual sections of our website. Well, sections are these strips that get highlighted when I hover over a different, section. As you can see, we have 5 sections, and each section you can easily see that there are lines drawn. So basically in Wix, in the ADI editor, if you want to change the presentation of a section, you go on design and you can choose a different template design or customize the design in depth by choosing the colors or choosing the fonts. If you want to edit not the presentation but the content of a section, you click on edit. And here you have the ability to edit the text just as you would in a text editor. So if I want to edit this one and make it bold, I can use this just like a text editor. And then if I, for example, want to link something, you click on link, you use a web address, or it could be an email, phone, document, whatever you want it to be. So every text you can edit in the same way. In some cases, you can make bullets and numberings. If you want to not show a certain text, so for example, I don't want the subtitle here, you uncheck this box and it will hide that place. So this is how you edit content on the text side. The image side is you can click on an image, click replace, and it will open up the image browser that's from Wix. It will show me the recommended images, the images that I uploaded, or I could go on my images and see all the media that I've uploaded till now. You have social images where you can link to Facebook, Instagram, Google Drive, Flickr, and Google Photos to see your images that you have uploaded there in the browser. And you have free images from Wix. These are royalty-free images that you can use for your website without having to attribute it or pay for it. And you can quickly search in the free images by using the search bar, or you could use the categories on the left side. Let's change the image real quickly to, I looked for business. And let's take this image, click apply, and the image changes. The basic principle is if you want to make it hide, you uncheck it. If you want to have it, you check it. And if you want to change something, you hover over it and click on replace or click on it and edit the content. This is true for all the sections. So every section is edit to edit the content, design to change the presentation. Let me just quickly go down here and edit the footer, for example. I don't want it to show the phone number, the fax, the address, email is not needed, and the copyright message was generated automatically as well. But let's just delete this proudly by wix.com. So just like this. And this is how you edit the content and the presentation of your sections. Now, in some cases, you want to move around the sections. You do this by clicking on it, and then you have these 3 buttons here. If you click the move down button, it will move down the section by 1. So now our top page is starting with what I offer. You can also choose to use the middle button, click and drag it to your desired location. Let me just put it back to the top. And this is how you move around your sections. In some cases, you want to delete a section. Let's say I want to delete the testimonial section. You click on the more actions and you have the delete button here. And this is how you delete one section. You add a section by going to add section to page and then choosing from the many template sections that you have here. So I want to add a client's page. I click it, drag it, and add it. So this is a really quick way to make large changes and put in a lot of sections that apply to your website that you can use. Let's go over and see if the contact form is really routing the email to me. And it is. So I have the email address, and every time a site visitor fills out a contact form and clicks on send, it will send it automatically to the email that I have inputted here. I can add an address and even a map if I wanted to. And rearrange it, and it added the Google Maps map here. Let's take it away. And we're back here. Let's quickly see how the website looks in preview mode. Let's go to the top of the website again. And let's see the pages. We added a book online option and a blog option. So let's see how this looks. If I go on book online, it will show the default thing of the booking thing. And on blog, it will show the some sample posts that Wix generated for me to see how the blog would look. To customize the different pages, we go up. And here on the top left corner, we have our pages. So we click a different page. It will take the editor to that page we selected. And here we can customize it just as we did on the other page. So we added a booking thing. I will go on to the add-on features of this booking option later, because this is a content that not everybody needs. So I will put it in a different part of the tutorial. You can see, as always, the part in the timestamps in the description box below. Let's just quickly go on the blog and see, okay, we can change the individual design of pages by using this. Let's just quickly see if we forgot to mention something. So preview, we mentioned changing site designs, changing the design of sections, changing the content. And these are the basic functionalities that you get in the ADI. And it makes adding content and changing the presentation really easy and also fast, because you don't have to move each object around individually. You just take a section, go on design, and browse the templates like that. So in some cases, you are ready to publish your site. So you could click on publish up there or go through the tutorial through Wix. But in some cases, you might be overall generally satisfied with the design, but you want to change individual elements. What you can do is go under site and choose to go to editor. This will allow you to fully customize your website in the Wix editor. So what we just did there is we started out using the ADI to create a template that is fitted for us. And then we can go to the Wix editor, the classical editor other people use if they choose a template from the template browser, and fully customize each element to our liking. So if you chose to work on a template or a blank design, you will be taken to this Wix editor page. In our case, we made a template using the ADI, and now we are in the editor to start editing our web page. The editor functions based on a principle, what I like to call see it, click it, change it. What that means is if I want to change something that I see, I go over there, I click it, and it will open up the menu what I can do to change it. So in this case, I want to change the font. I go on edit text. It will open up a new menu where I have all the options how I can change it. In this case, we want to change the font. So let's take a different font. And just like that, we change the font of the object. If I want to delete something, for example, I want to delete this phone number, I click on it, I right click it and go on delete. Alternatively, you can use the delete key on your keyboard. So let's do that. And it deletes the object. This is true for all objects that you can see in Wix. So for example, if I want to change this image, I click it, it shows the menu, and then I can change the image to a color, a different image by going on the image browser and finding an image. For example, let's just change it real quick to a different business image, like this skyscraper, change background, and just like that, it changes the image. If you want to move something, you see it, you click it, and then it will give you the options to resize the object horizontally or vertically, diagonally to crop it, or you can click it and drag it to the position you like. So in this case, I want to move it over here, and then I'm going to add a button. This is how you move your objects. You can alternatively use your arrow keys to move them by a pixel, but I like to drag and drop. If you want to add something to your website, you can go on add on this left side button,
and it will show you a menu that gives you all the options of what you can add to your website. In our case, we want to add a button, and then you can either click it once and it will show up in the middle of the screen, or you can click and drag and drop it to the position you'd like it to be. In our case, I want to make it a link. So if I click on something again, wait a second, click on a button, then it will give me all the options what I can do with the object. And then I go on link. I want this to go to the book online page. And just like that, we linked this button to the book online page. In some cases, you want to move around large amounts of content. And for that, I like to use the zoom out and reorder option. If you click it, it will zoom out of the view, and then you can scroll around. And as you can see, you can click and then drag the whole section to the place you want it to be. In our case, I want the contact me form to go to the bottom of the page. So let me scroll down again and then put it at the bottom. And just like that, we moved a large amount of information on our website. Let me add a new blank page to show some really cool features Wix has that I like to use. To add a new page, we go on Pages, Manage Pages, and then click on Add Page. Just like that, it created a new page. We can name it. Let's just leave it for a new page now. And as you can see, it will be reflected in a horizontal menu. I'll go over this later. So one feature I really like to use a lot in Wix is the strip. The strip is this white piece of, strip, which you can stretch to fit your content on. And why I like to use the strip is because if I add, let's just make a page title, put it in the middle. I'm using these pink lines to orient myself. These are called grid lines. You can turn them on by going to Snap to Object and checking this box. Let me quickly edit the text so you can see it. To change the color, we go here. Then let's make it white. And let's add an image to it. Free Wix images. Let me just quickly look for image. Doesn't really matter. So click to add the image. Let me center this real quick. And just like that, we added content. Now, if I add a new strip like this, drag it. Let me use a video this time so you can see how a video would look in a strip. So rolling tide, change background. It will start playing, and I have more settings to go into, like speed and stuff, in the context menu later. So why I did that, why I chose two strips and not change the background, for example, of the whole page by going to page background, is because I like to organize my content in strips. Why? Because I can then later zoom out and reorder the coherent information together by using the zoom out and reorder function. So that's why I like to use strips. Let me create another strip and show you a real cool trick you can use to create your own icon. So let me just make the color a different one so you see the contrast. And when you use strips, it really makes clear to the viewer how you divide your information. Let me add shapes. Let me add a circle. And then I want to add another icon. Let's say the recording icon, because I'm recording right now. Now, right now, this happens a lot if you work with shapes. The recording icon is behind this shape. You can change the order of the layers by right-clicking, arrange, and you can send to back or bring to front. In this case, the icon is actually in front, but we can't see because the color is different. Let's go to design and change the color to white, resize it, and center it by using the pink lines again. Now I created an icon where I could say, okay, recording as a text below it to make a point as an overview icon. What you can then do is, if you press Control on your Windows key, or on Mac it's Command, and click a different shape, you can group these elements together. So now if you move one, the other will move together. So you can create really cool icons like this. And if you have multiple icons you want to create, you just go on Control D and it duplicated this one, you can arrange it to be in the same, in the same position, just like this. And then you can go on the shape and change this shape to something different. Let's go all, and let's look for a different microphone. Okay. Or not a microphone, maybe audio. Nothing there. Let me just check real quick what kind of icons we have. So for example, check quote bubble. And I apply it, it will automatically change to the color I did. So just like this, I created a amount of icons. Now, in some cases, you want to resize them together. That's also easy. You go on Control and click all the objects you want to resize together, and then you can make 3 objects bigger or smaller, just like this. Now I'll quickly show you how you can add media to your website. So in our case, maybe you're an artist and you have some music that you want to play in the background. Let's go on Add, go on Music, and then we can drag a player right here. This fits with the microphone as well. And then we can add tracks to our site by uploading our tracks. I have a royalty-free track right here, and then let me upload it. It's done uploading, done, and then I click it. Well, I uploaded it, and then my music player, where did it go? Let me just add it again. Music. Let's make a different one. Add to page, and then I got the music player here. I can change the track to the one I want to play, and under settings I can even say that it autoplays on loading. So let's just try this out really quick. I made autoplay to loading. In preview you can see how you can hear the music. Then you could click here to pause the playback. Let me just stop it from autoplaying because I want to show another feature after this. The next feature I want to show you are lightboxes. Lightboxes are pop-ups that show up when a visitor is on your website for a certain amount of time. It's easier to show you than just tell you about it. So let me add a lightbox right here. It will go to the Lightbox manager here. So if you want to go back to editing the page, you will have to go through the pages menu. But right now it will show up like this. And let's just quickly preview what it would look like when I'm on the site. Let's go back to the editor and then go on preview. So somebody comes on the site and he's looking around, and then the lightbox will show up after a set amount of time, just like this. And then you can enter something or click exit. How to change when the lightboxes show up is you go on the Lightbox management menu, and then you click on the lightbox, go on set triggers, and then you will have the option of, okay, how long should it be delayed, or even, okay, when should the lightbox show? Is it about the first page the visitor sees, or is it just this page? Let's just keep it for this page now and continue. So let's go back to the editor in the new page, and let me just quickly tell you about all the keyboard shortcuts that I use a lot. So one is, of course, Control C to copy and then paste it to have the exact same thing. It's the same as making duplicate. You can also cut it by using Control X. If you change something and you want to undo it, you could press the button up here, or you can go Control Z and it will go back. The redo button is mapped to Control Y, so you can undo the undo. Those are really handy keyboard shortcuts that you can use to make your workflow faster. Now, even if you added all the content and you're done with the content side of things, it's generally a good idea to think about navigation. So navigation means how the visitor is going to navigate your site. I like to show you 2 options which can make the navigation on your website easy. Let's go on the home screen and I'll show you the first option. So right now, if I go on preview, the website is like this. And if a visitor scrolls down, he doesn't have a click option to go back to the top. He would need to scroll like this. But you can make it easy for the visitor by making a frozen header. If you click on header, then you can go on settings, and then you can check the freeze header setting. What this does is, if a visitor comes on a site, the header will move with the scroll of the visitor. So in some cases, you have a really long one-pager. That means you have one page and then you have a lot of sections going down. So it's easier to navigate the sections with the header on the top because it makes it easy to go navigate to the page you want to see. Another option you can use are anchors. Anchors, you can add them by going to More, and you have an anchor here. What they do is, if you add an anchor to a page, just like this, let's rename it quickly so it makes sense. Our way. This anchor is attached to this site, and what it does is, if you can go to Manage Pages, and you will have the option to add a link, which will be shown in the site menu here. So I want to add our way as an anchor here, and it will create a new link to this anchor in our menu. And now, if people are on a web page, going down, and then they click on our way, it will automatically it will automatically move the display to the position where the anchor was located. So it's a real good way to navigate the content for your viewers if you make anchors for each of the bigger sections. Let me just quickly show you how it's done again. So anchors, drag it. And now I dropped it in a position which isn't really attached to the strip. What I do is go here and then it will show up pink. Now we can quickly check if the anchor is attached to this strip by dragging the strip down, and you can see the anchor moves with it. So it is attached to the strip I want. That's great. Let me rename it so it becomes clear what I offer as an anchor. And then in the menu, you can, we do the same. Our way, no, it's what I offer that I want to add. And now we have a new anchor, which we will call what I offer again. Now let's go back to the top, and now we have 5 items on our menu, and now it's showing up as more. So because we have too many menu items, it will automatically put the last 2 items to the bottom of, in this case, here under more. But you can change this easily by going on Pages, Manage Pages, and now you could, for example, I want the what I offer and our way to show up as a submenu under Home. So what I do is I click it, and then I indent it to the right. And in that way, as you can see, those 2 points went away from the menu, but they are clearly seen if you go on Preview, under Home, and it shows up just like this. So we created this new page, but I really don't want people to see that page because it's kind of a mess. You can tell the menu to not show the page by going here and then click on Hide. And now it won't show up in the menu, so you can have some pages there that you want to have people go only from a direct link. You can hide it like this. After you created your anchors, you could keep on using the frozen menu, but you could also use something called anchor menus. Let me go on Home again and add an anchor menu to show you what it looks like. So we go on Add, More, and then we have the anchor menus here. Let me just click one just as an example, and it will show up over here. Let me just quickly change the design to make the text a bit large. Oh, okay, that's too large. And change the color to white, or maybe a really pregnant color. So just like that. And this is our anchor menu. It's easier to see if I go on Preview. So right now we have the frozen header, but as you can see, you see the anchor menu on the left too. So it will highlight all the anchors we created. So it would give us a different option for navigation. So let's quickly unfreeze the header again under Settings, unfreeze it, then go on Preview. So now the header doesn't move with us, but for that we have the anchor menu. We can customize this to look just as we want it,
But this is the second way of making navigation for your visitors easy. Now, because I didn't like the way the website looked, I just started editing right there. And I didn't want to bore you with 45 minutes of the same thing over and over again, where I change colors, change the font, move objects around. We talked about this already. So you'll be seeing the sped up footage right now. And what I did is I changed the background a bit, changed images, the whole works. You see what's happening. Just a thing, if until now you found the content helpful or you want to support this, you can support us by, if you want to use Wix, clicking the link in the description box below, because when you sign up using our link, Wix side will know it. And if you ever choose to upgrade to premium, Wix will pay us a small commission, and that's how we can, keep making these videos for free. Until now, we've been talking about what kind of basic functions the editor offers you in Wix, like moving objects around, changing colors, changing fonts, and adding some pre-made objects into your site. But it actually has, Wix offers you a lot more additional features that are more specialized to fit a certain need. For that, we go over to the app market. And here you can browse the many Wix built or third-party apps that you can add using one click to your site. In our case, the ADI added the bookings option. So if we looked for a booking, if you are coming from template and you want to add something like a Wix booking app, you could come here and you would click it and it will open up, it will add a new page to your website so you can have that functionality. Let's do that by taking something like maybe a restaurant menu. Some of you might want to have a menu like this. So let's just click on add to site. And just like that, it added a new page in your website that features that menu. Most of the apps, you can, of course, manage the settings. Like, of course, you want to customize your menu to fit your needs from a restaurant. Under just the editor, go on settings and then edit menu, and it will open up this new page where it shows you the detailed settings of your app. But what I like to do is to have a better overview of what kind of apps the website has. We can actually go on site, my dashboard, and it will open up the back end of your account in Wix. So as you can see, you see restaurants, bookings, blogs, email marketing, domains and mailboxes, invoices, contacts, and roles and permissions. For example, on this page, what Wix has installed already. Let's just quickly look into the layout of the thing. I'm not going to go into super detailed analysis of an app. It's just that I want to show that most of the apps are organized in the same way. So it makes it really easy to keep your content on one page, and you can manage all the content on the site from this dashboard. So for example, in our restaurants app, well, you can click on a menu, go and edit just like in your editor, change the image, change the price, put in descriptions, and also say, okay, when it is when the items can be ordered. So this is pretty interesting. It has an online ordering feature, reservations, and promotion feature as well, using your normal social media. It seems like some features are limited in our free edition, so we need to upgrade to have them. Let's go over the bookings just to show you, okay, that the layout is the same. As you can see in the menu, we also had our settings on the left side, and we can customize that here. So in this case, we have the calendar open where we can sync our professional calendars to so that our reservations made on the website show up on our calendar. We can add staff, put in business details, have to accept online payments on your site, upgrade to Bookings Premium plan. So in some cases, just like with the menu app, there are additional features such as online payment that are only available on your premium plan, so your paid plan. But most of some of the features are available in the free version. And under services, I can edit this just like I would edit the menu in our restaurant app. When we go back, we can open one more, the blog manager. Let's go over this really quickly. This is exactly the same layouts. On the left, you have your settings. On the right and in the middle, you can change
what kind of content you want to add to your app. In this case, okay, we can add an engaging title. Yeah, the post, you have all the things that you can add to your post: save as draft, schedule post, publish post, and tags and categories. So as you can see, the basic gist of it is the same. Under the dashboard, you will see all the apps you have to your website, and you can customize this in here. And maybe one thing that I want to specifically mention are the roles and permissions. In case you have a website that you want to co-edit with somebody else and you want contributors on your site, under here you can add a contributor in what kind of access he has. So if you want to have him as an admin or just a blog editor, that they can manage the blog for your website. So that's what we can do. And there are many more features, and every time you add an app through the app market, it will show up here, and it makes managing that content really easy. Let's go back to the editor and show you one more additional features. Before that, I'm going to delete some of the pages that I won't need for my website. So menus, definitely not, because, well, Social Media Consulting Germany shouldn't really offer or it could offer some coffee breaks and stuff. And the book online page is also not needed for our site, so let's delete that. Now we have our 2 pages, home and blog, really simple, and keeping it simple for this website. I wanted to talk about the additional features. So if you know a lot about coding, like JavaScript or API management, database management, Wix actually added this new feature just this December that you can go under Tools, check the Developers Tools, and it will open up, well, the property panel and the hidden elements. Let's just wait for Wix to load for a second because it opens up a whole new amount of possibilities. Welcome to Wix Code, creation without limits. Start now. So for those of you who do code, you can see every object has its own little properties tabs with the events that they have coded. And you could enter your custom code in here and start really customizing Wix just as you want it. So we made it to the end to this whole editing thing in the editor. We know now how to change text, how to make strips, how to put in some cool looking backgrounds. And one feature that I really definitely want you to know about is the site history feature. So under this, you can see, well, we can visit our site history and it will show up as this whole revisions, what we've been doing. As you can see, I've been working on it for some time now. And we can just as easily go back to a version of the site from before. It's just easy. We click on view and then it will show up the previous version. So because we made some changes in the book online and menus thing, it saved that state. And if we at any point feel like, okay, I want the previous version, we can go here and restore it. In our case, I'm pretty much done with the website, so I'll keep it that way. But that's another one of those little tidbits that helps me when I'm creating a website. One last step before we publish our website. In some cases, we want to be found on Google. So we go make our SEO settings right now by going on Get Found on Google. And it will take us to the SEO Wizard that Wix has to offer. So if we click on Start Now, we'll ask, okay, what's your business or site name? It's already in there. Where's our business located? Let me skip this. And how would people search for you on Google? So here we enter our keywords separated by commas. So it would be something like social media consulting, Germany, social media consulting, Berlin, social media Berlin, something like that. We could analyze our keywords and ask Wix, okay, what it does think about our keywords. So the keyword strength is good, is good, is good, done. Then we can create an SEO plan. So we click there. And now it's doing something in the background. It's probably updating our information in the background. So it gives us a really quick checklist. What is important to get found on Google? So site is mobile friendly. Homepage is set to be visible. Title's ready.
Okay, we want to change, it has an exclamation mark, so we want to change the homepage SEO description. Let's click here. Okay. Right below. Okay, and this is the thing that will show up in Google down there. And we need to do this. So to do this, we go to Wix Website Editor, Manage Pages, and then here, Page SEO. So right here, we can add our description. So for example, like social media consulting Germany with a lot of experience or with specialized in YouTube consulting. Let's just keep it that way and put it like this. So we can go back to our SEO settings. Okay, it also showed us how to do it. Refresh. Okay, we need to save it in the editor to do that. And then, okay, we need to connect our social links to the homepage. And then we're pretty much done with the SEO plan. So we can get found on Google and we're ready to publish our website. Let's go back to the editor, close this. And to publish, it's really simple. We just go on the top right of our website and click on publish. Just like that, it's saving the last version and it's publishing. Congratulations, your site is published and is live online. So here is our URL. We could copy this or we could just click on view site and it will take us to our published website. This is live right now. Everybody can find it if they click they type in the URL and we can see, okay, it published our website just as we saw it in the editor. But because we're using the free version of Wix, it still has these ads in there. And our URL is a bit mangled. So it's socialmediaconsult2.wixsite.com/home. Let me close this lightbox real quick. And this is just as I said in the beginning, that it's a combination of your email address that you registered to Wix with a random number.wixsite.com/home. And also the favicon right here, this little icon is still a Wix icon. We can change all this by upgrading our account, but maybe you find something when you check your website that's not ready. We have to take down the site. It's also really easy. We go on my account, go on manage site, and then we just want to refresh this real quick because it should show, yes, that site is published. And if we click on unpublish, it will take down the site from the live server so you can change things around again. So this is a really cool thing you can do if you manage to find some small mistake in the site. Exactly. When we want to upgrade, well, we have a lot of options how we can upgrade it. First is go on upgrade here and then compare plans, or we could go to the My Accounts page and then just click on upgrade now. Let's do this. So these are the 5 basic plans Wix offers you for your website. The first one is the Connect Domain plan. That's the most basic plan, and it still displays Wix brand ads. So it's not really interesting for us. We want the ads to be gone, but you could connect your own domain so your URL will be the one that you have. The second one is for personal use. What Wix says, it's the combo plan, and it comes with 2 GB bandwidth, 3 GB of storage. We get a free domain and we have some ad vouchers. And especially important, it removes the Wix ads. So this is pretty interesting for most of us. If we have a personal website that doesn't have a lot of traffic, we're not expecting a lot of visitors, but we still want it to look professional. The third one, the most popular, unlimited. This is for businesses that want to have a lot of visitors, expecting a lot of visitors, have a lot of media because it upgrades their storage from 3 GB to 10 GB. You have unlimited bandwidth. That means your website doesn't slow down after it reaches a certain amount of visitors. So this is a big plus. It has all the features like free domain and removing the Wix ads, but it also gives you 2 additional apps. The e-commerce version is interesting for all the online businesses because with the e-commerce version, you can add an online store. So this is for small businesses. And if you have if you want a lot of support by Wix, this VIP plan will get you the most support for your site. It has a professional site review. It has the email campaigns, 10 email campaigns per month. You can even have the online store and you get 20 gigabytes of storage. So these are the 5 plans. We're going to be going with the unlimited plan. We have the option of choosing a 2 years, a yearly subscription, or a monthly subscription. We're going with the yearly one. Just select. And now it comes to the payment page. Let me quickly fill this out and then we can continue. So we're done filling out the information. Let's go and submit purchase. And now we have our site is upgraded to premium. We have a free domain voucher, so let's get the best domain for free. I'll type in social media consulting Germany, and then let's search for this. .com is available. I want to get it. And now we have our registration period. Let's go with the 1 year option. We have a 1 year premium account, so our domain voucher is applicable for 1 year. So let's just use the free domain given by Wix, and then I'll fill this out quickly as well. Here I have the option of using a different contact information for my tech and my admin, but in our case, it's just the same person. So let's continue. Here we have the option of either a private registration for our domain or a public registration. What it does is if you choose the public registration, this information will be exposed in the web, but using the private registration, we can protect our identity and then we can prevent domain related spam. So we're going to be using that. And now once more, I'll input my payment information and we go on submit purchase. So thank you for your purchase. Socialmediaconsultinggermany.com is now connected to my homepage. Domain purchase summary, and we can get our personal mailbox if we wanted to with these example email addresses. Let's go back to our sites and check if the domain is updated. So this one has the domain Social Media Consulting Germany. Let's check that out by opening up a new tab and going for social media consulting germany.com. And it's just taking a while for it to reach. So while this is loading, let me set up my favicon for the website by going on manage site, going on favicon and upload a favicon. We had a logo that we used before, so let's use that. Click on apply. And now we have a favicon set up with our homepage, which should show up in our site. The next thing we want to do is use Google Analytics. Google Analytics is a service that's offered by Google, which lets you get accurate data of how your visitors are doing on your site, so how long they're staying and more with accurate to easy to read site analytics. We just click on use Google Analytics and it will say, okay, which domain do we want to have the Google Analytics to? Go on under analytics, and here we will be needing our Google Analytics tracking ID. To get it, we sign up with Google Analytics. We can just click the link here, go over here, then sign in with our Google account. So just social media consulting Germany at gmail.com. Next, our password. And then it will ask us for our information real quick. Exactly. It's German in our case right now, but now we say, okay, we want to track a website, and then we make a new username, type in the name of the website, type in the website URL, and then we fill this out, go on tracking ID. So let me just quickly fill this out. And we want a tracking ID. And we need the right country. We want to add the right country here. And then we click on agree. and it will show us our Google Analytics tracking ID. We copy this and put this in here. Now we have the option, so we can give our visitors confidentiality so that Google will never save their complete IP addresses. I'll click it, go and submit, and now your Google Analytics tracking ID has been added to my website. Google will now start collecting data, but it may take up to 1 week before you can view your stats. So that's set up. So I closed out some tabs after we set up the analytics, and let's take a look at our finished website. So socialmediaconsultinggermany.com. We enter it, and as you can see, first of all, the Favicon is uploaded. That's the logo we uploaded as a Favicon. We don't have any ads anymore, and our URL is working just as we wanted it to. Our anchor menu is working, and this is it. We managed to create a website from scratch using Wix. If you found the information in this tutorial helpful or you appreciate our work, you can support us by clicking on the link in the description box below to register to Wix. Every time you do that, Wix will know that we sent you, and they will pay us a small commission if you ever choose to upgrade to a premium account. Of course, it won't cost a cent more for you. That's it for our tutorial. I hope it was helpful, and till next time, bye.